Howdy y'all, welcome back to Gunsnbbq. So today, I want to tell you about a customer service experience I had with Delta Team Tactical. Stay tuned. Have you dealt with Delta Team Tactical? Let me know what your experience has been like down in the comments below. Please hit those subscribe buttons and let's get into this. So back, it was about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I ordered an AR upper off of Delta Team Tactical. It was chambered in 223 Wild. This would have been the first 223 Wild build that I was going to do. I was pretty excited about it. Killer price on the upper, I believe it was like $190 or so, complete minus bolt carrier group. And like I said, was really looking forward to it. But the product gets delivered to me in about a week. I've never had anything delivered that quickly from Delta Team Tactical, but this was already pre-assembled, ready to ship. So the Monday before Thanksgiving, I check my email, and it says that your package has been delivered. And I said, that's really weird. I never received a package over the weekend. And so I go in and check the tracking, and it says it was coming from FedEx. And now, every package I've ever gotten from Delta Team Tactical in the last year has always come USPS. But I was like, alright, maybe they switched to FedEx, I don't know. But nonetheless, it says it came from FedEx, and it says the item was left at my front door on Saturday at 12:15 p.m. This would have been the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So literally, it took a week to get this item. So the problem with that was I was home, all day that Saturday. I have no curtains in my living room, so if anybody would have come up on my front porch to leave a package at my front door, I would have seen them. Granted, hey, barbecue, you're blind. How could you see? Because I have enough vision where I could tell if somebody was on my porch moving around, at least. Not only that, but my dogs would have gone berserk if somebody came up on my front porch. So with all that being said, I go outside, look on the front porch, just to see if it was hiding by chance. I'm not perfect. Maybe, I was in the bathroom or something, which again, dogs would have gone berserk, but that's another story. But nothing out on the front porch. Nothing by the door, nothing. So I go out back, check out back, where I've got the big smoker, things like that. A couple more places that they could have, tried to hide it out back there in case, they're worried about porch pirates or anything like that. So I look all around, can't find it. So I immediately go inside and call FedEx. This is about 7:30 in the morning. Kids had just gotten off to school and whatnot. And I tell them, hey, this package says it was delivered. I don't have it. And go through the whole rigmarole with FedEx customer service. They say that they'll send it on to somebody to investigate. And they give me a claim number. And that they tell me I'll be getting a call back. So I wait all day. I don't get a call back. I call them at 4:30 p.m. Say, hey, I've been waiting all day. Haven't gotten a call back. Just wondering what's going on with this. Because to me, it's just a simple matter of picking up the phone. Well, first looking at your system, seeing who the delivery driver was. Picking up the phone saying, hey, Jerry, where did you leave that package? And having Jerry say, hey, I left it at the front door. Or, hey, I put it here. Whatever the case is. And then calling me and saying, hey, our driver said he put it at this place, so if it's not there, you need to call and make a police report and say that the package was stolen or something. So moving forward, I call them, they say, it's been sent to somebody to investigate. When they investigate it and get done, they'll give you a call. Alright, cool. So Tuesday, I called Delta Team Tactical. Mind you, this is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I called Delta Team Tactical and I let them know what's going on, that I had not received a phone call from FedEx yet, and, just to get the claim process started, because there's shipping insurance, they use a company called Route, R-O-U-T-E, Route, however you wish to pronounce it. But so, I talked to Delta Team Tactical about this, and they tell me, you'll have to go online, file a claim through Route, all this fun jazz. We can, I think they said, email you the information, if I remember correctly. That's when I said, I've got this problem, I'm clinically blind, navigating your guys' website is difficult enough for me, but as I like your guys' product so much, I tough through it. how difficult will it be to file this claim for me? Just for somebody with regular vision. And the customer service lady was extremely honest with me, and she said, honestly, it's a little bit more of a pain in the rear than we would like for it to be. And I said, okay. I was like, because that does present a bit of a problem for me. And she's like, I completely understand. I was like, is there any chance, there'd be somebody that could assist me through this on the phone or anything? And she said, you know what, let me get a hold of my supervisor. I was on hold for a couple minutes. She comes back and said, hey, my supervisor's going to take care of everything for you. No worries. I was like, amazing, awesome, cool, thank you. So get off the phone with them. Great conversation. Now I'm just waiting on a phone call from FedEx. Figured I'd give them their time. So Tuesday passes, no phone call. Wednesday passes, no phone call. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Now we're on to Friday. It's Black Friday, of course. And I've still got no phone call. I'm waiting. And I'd say probably around 2 p.m. I call FedEx and say, hey, what's going on? I haven't received a phone call. And they say, well, it's been looked into. I said, okay, great. Why didn't I receive a phone call? And they said, don't really know. I was like, okay, well, how did your person investigate this matter if, they never even called me? I was like, because you think that if you're going to be fully investigating it, that you'd talk to the person at the residence who said that they were home all day. I was like, because at this point, I'm sitting here saying your driver did not leave anything at my front door. And if he's marking it as left at the front door, either he's not doing his job correctly, or I was like, or I've got a bigger fear that perhaps he saw that it's from a company that says, tactical in the name, and said, oh, I'm just going to, keep this for myself. And that's a really big issue at that point. I was like, so how did they investigate it? So eventually, going through the rigmarole with FedEx on that phone call, they tell me that my package was actually not big enough priority to worry about. They weren't going to do anything. I would just have to call my shipper and get a refund. It wasn't enough priority because, peak season. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I called Delta Team Tactical on Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and let them know everything that was going on. And I asked, did that claim get filed or not? I never heard anything back, and the lady looked into it real quick. She said, yep, it's all filed. We're ready to rock and roll, no problem. So I told her everything that had just transpired with FedEx, and she seemed a little flabbergasted. You could almost hear her jaw drop. And so she tells me, Root will be contacting FedEx and, going through all that. But in the meantime, that, if I could get a police report, because sometimes Root would like a police report and whatnot. So I said, that's fine. I have no problem getting a police report. I was like, but honestly, knowing what I was just told by FedEx, I don't feel 100% comfortable getting a police report because of the fact that, FedEx was just like, we didn't look into this at all. That's why you never got a phone call or anything. Just, fuzz off. It's not a big enough reason for us to worry about. Because at that point, I can't say definitively somebody must have stolen it. It could have just something funky with FedEx. I don't know. So I told her, no problem though. If they want a police report, I'll call the state police, see if I can file one. So I call my state police barracks because that's who would have jurisdiction where I am. And it was snowing pretty good that day. And I asked them, hey, I've got a package missing. I explained that the operator who answered the whole story, and she's like, I don't know. So she comes back after talking to her corporal says, unless you've got evidence of a crime being committed, as like the package is missing, unless you have proof that somebody took it, do you have Ring doorbell footage, or did you physically see somebody take it? Do I have to see somebody actually take it or have video footage of it? I was like, again, the fact that it's, missing, FedEx says they delivered it, and then they just won't look into it, as like, and the package is missing. So, but long story short there finally is they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to file a report on this because, you know, there's no evidence of any criminal activity. As like she said at that point, you know, it's between me and FedEx. As like that seems a little ridiculous. And I asked her, you know, what if I had another package go missing, and if I didn't see it or I don't have a Ring doorbell or anything, you know, am I just SOL? As like, and if that kept happening and I didn't have any of those evidences that you're asking for, you know, if you guys aren't making reports, there's no paper trail. So that's a whole other thing in itself. Anyways, going back to FedEx and Delta Team Tactical. So right after talking to my state police barracks, I immediately called Delta Team Tactical back, maybe about a half hour between my last phone call with them on Black Friday. And I let them know what was going on. And, like, and again, they seem a little flabbergasted because they're like, you know, normally they just do it. I was like, exactly. You know, back in August, I think it was. Yeah, July or August, I had a package go missing. And, you know, I had to file a police report on that. That was a thing, which, I mean, not really anything they can do. They just take the report and go, hey, if it keeps happening, you know, we'll have, you know. So, Double Team Tactical, you know, they make a note and everything, and they say thank you very much. So, another week goes by. I don't hear anything from Double Team Tactical. I don't hear anything from Root. So, it was the following Friday after Black Friday, and I called Delta Team Tactical again. Say, hey, we're going on 2 weeks now, since the package was supposed to be delivered, or supposedly delivered. Well, you know, have you heard anything from Root? I have not. Just wondering, you know, if I could get an update what's going on. So the kind lady, I wish I could remember her name, but I do not. She looks into it and she says, you know, we're just waiting to hear from Root. They're still trying to contact FedEx about the matter. Yada yada yada. She says, you know, once they hear from Root, they'll get a hold of me, and Root should be reaching out to me at some point as well. It's like, okay, cool. So, again, fast forwarding another week, it's Friday. Again, it's 2 Fridays after Black Friday now. We're going on 3 weeks at this point. I call them, I'm on hold for 20 minutes, and then this is something they need to change about their system, where once you're on hold for 20 minutes, it's just like nobody's available, and it hangs up, and that's it. It doesn't give you the option to leave a message or anything. I was like, that sucks. So I didn't have time to call them back for the rest of that day. So that Monday rolls around. After that, call them again, on hold for 20 minutes. Sorry, nobody's available to help you. Click. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is a nightmare as far as that portion goes. Delta Team Tactical, if you're watching this, please change that in your phone system. That it would be wonderful. So I called them on Tuesday, which would have been 6 days ago now. But when you see this video, it was 6 days ago. And this is when I finally get to talk to Jake. Now, when I called in, I actually listened to the phone prompt this time because I was just calling in, hitting 2, because I had called in enough times where I just remembered I hit 2. I don't have to listen to the whole thing. But this time I listened to it just in case I had the number mismemorized. When I listened to this, it had a message saying, if at any time you would like to leave a message for a call back, just press 2. I was like, oh, well, that's good information to know. So I pressed 2 to talk to somebody, and eventually I look at the time, and I'm like, man, I'm at the 17-minute mark. I know in 3 minutes it's going to go, hey, nobody's available, click, and I'm going to be annoyed. So I hit the 2, and sure enough, it's like, hey, is this the number you're calling from? If this is a good number, do whatever. And I was like, cool. So I hit it, and about an hour later, I get a call back from Jake. And Jake says, hey, you know, you called? And I was like, yep. I explained to him everything, you know, that's been going on over the last 3 weeks. And he's like, oh. So he looks into it. He's like, can I put you on hold for a few minutes? I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm on hold for about 10 or 15 minutes. Won't lie, kind of sick of this waiting music by now, because in the last 3 phone calls, I had listened to it for almost an hour. Now I got another 10 or 15 minutes that I've listened to it now, because Jake took a little bit longer than a couple minutes. Not complaining, because he was getting stuff done. Poor guy comes back on the phone, and I mean, he is just sucking wind. He is worn out, sucking wind, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. ran upstairs, I had to run back down. I was like, no, it's cool, dude. I appreciate it. Catch your breath. What's going on? He's like, so here's the deal. He's like, we have not heard anything back from Root or FedEx. He's like, this is ridiculous. We don't know what's going on. We're going to get you taken care of, though. Which I was like, okay. That's great. I appreciate it. So what's going on? And he's like, so we can refund you the full amount for the upper, because we don't have it in stock anymore. Normally what they would do is, if something like this happened, apparently, they would just, once everything goes through with the shipping insurance and all that, boom, send you a new one, and you still get your products. So in this case, since they were sold out, I had the option of just getting a full refund for the upper. I also had other parts that were in that package, and they had those still, so they were willing to just send me those. So I said, well, I didn't say before I could even say he said, option 2 is we can just refund you for the amount for the full package. I was like, okay. He said, option 3 is we can refund you the amount for the upper plus 5% in store credit. I was like, okay. He's like, or option 4 is we can refund you the amount for the full package plus 5% in store credit. Which I was like, wow. I was like, well, I've already got stuff in my shopping cart. I was like, that's part of the reason I was calling, because I already had more stuff I wanted to order, but I didn't want to order anything without having, confirmation that this was being taken care of, and they were just boom, And that's the key thing here, if you guys are paying attention, is this was not their fault in any shape or form. This was on FedEx, and partly on the company that they're choosing to use as shipping insurance for, and I don't know what went on there. They could have just been having a heck of a time with FedEx, so I don't want to really put anything on Root. It's my first experience with them. I can't say one way or the other, but again, this was an issue with FedEx, and I was at no time blaming Double Team Tactical. They were phenomenal the whole way through. I cannot explain how amazing this customer service has been the whole situation through. So, the fact that, again, they were not only willing to help me in the manners that they did by helping me file the claim and everything, but helping me as, hey, we're not getting answers, so we're just going to make sure that you're taken care of, and offer me that full refund plus 5%, and in this case in store credit, which, because like I said, I was like, I'll just take the store credit because I already got stuff in my shopping cart I want to get. So then I asked him, can I put in the special instructions, do not ship via FedEx? He said, absolutely. He's like, now, if for some reason we have to ship via FedEx, then we'll get a hold of you or whatnot. But he said, absolutely, go ahead, put in the notes not to ship via FedEx. So I was like, that's terrific. And they had already told me that it's kind of odd that they shipped it via FedEx in the first place, because they don't typically do that. It's normally USPS, unless a special request is made. So why it ever came FedEx, I don't know. But that was my experience with Double Team Tactical, and I've been ordering from them for about a year. And if you remember the issues that I had with PSA, that's why I stopped dealing with PSA over all the garbage that I had with them and their customer service about a year ago. And since then, I said, you know what? I looked elsewhere. I found Double Team Tactical, and I've been really happy with them thus far. I've done, I think 3 or 4 more builds this year that came from Double Team Tactical, and like I said, I'm really happy with them. And just dealing with their customer service that I got to deal with now, I mean, other than just wanting to experiment with different companies for builds, they've got me as a customer for life, because this was phenomenal. To know that it might have taken a few weeks to get to the end result, but you know what? With the end result being what it was, I can't be happy enough. So I wanted to just say thank you to Double Team Tactical. This was a phenomenal experience the whole way around. I'm a customer for life, and if you're watching this, especially down to the end here, please go support them. Check out doubleteamtactical.com. They're not asking me to do this in any shape or form. In fact, I actually asked them if they were cool with me doing a little shout-out video with my channel, which at that point they were like, oh, what's your channel and everything. And then Jake put me on hold again to go make sure that that was all right, because he didn't want to speak out of turn. But then he come back, he's like, yeah, that'd be great. So it took me about a week to get it out there, but again, Double Team Tactical, thank you very much. Your customer service is top-notch, and because of it, like I said, you got a customer for life. So as long as you keep great service like that and keep churning out great products, I have no worries. So again, go check out Double Team Tactical. Hit those like, share, comment, subscribe buttons.
Perfect.